Hi, this is Josh with SampleServe. Today we're going to be going over soil sampling workflows on the SampleServe Field app. We're starting off here with an empty new project. There are no site locations in this project added, and we have groundwater and soil activated on here. In the Site Info tab, we need to add at least one sample location so that we can get a new sampling event started. Reminder that you cannot start a sampling event without any sample locations. So what we're going to do is, because we're not sure where we're going to be sampling in the field, we're going to be adding a placeholder sample location so that we can use this one single sample location to get a soil sampling event started. So I'm going to be adding a new sample location called placeholder location. The name of this location can be anything, it's up to you. Now that we have this sample location added, we can go back over to events. We can hit the add new event button to start a new soil sampling event that'll show up on our field app. Now that we have our new sampling event scheduled, we can do a couple things to make life easier in the field. First, we should add our form to our placeholder location. To add our form to our sample location, we can hit the Add Forms button. This will pull up our custom form menu here. I already have a custom form built in here called a tank pull form. In this form, I've customized. I've added a start depth, an end depth, PID, photo, description, odor, soil type, color. Now these customized forms can be any sort of data collection points that you would like to collect in the field. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you're seeing on our screen. We can be adding our soil depth, end, and start inside the name of our sample location, but I also want to be adding that singular data point inside my form as well, so that the start depth and the end depth are contained in a separate data point as well. Next, we can add tests to our placeholder location. Any tests that we add to this placeholder location will be on a short list when we create new locations in the field, which makes it a lot simpler to choose from. Start by clicking Add Test and typing in the name of your test you're looking for. If it does not appear, you can always create a new test by hitting the Create Test button. This will open up the Adding New Test window. You can add a new test first by entering the name of this test, looking for the method. If the method is not in the drop-down list, you can always type in that text box to create a new method. The same goes for container. If your container is not listed, you can always type in the text box to create a new container, enter the container description, the size, the units, the amount of bottles, and the preservative. Further down will be the geographic location this test is available in. Notice that the state that you have selected in your project will automatically be highlighted, as well as the media type that you're creating this test under. Now that we have our tests added, heading down to QA/QC preferences, blind duplicates, MSMSDs, can be added in the field on the fly to our new sample locations. However, any type of blanks we can assign beforehand. Select the number of field blanks, equipment blanks, or trip blanks you'd like to have in the field available to you right now, and assign the tests that you're performing on those as well. Below this, you can also add event level forms. Event level forms cover everything that isn't collected on a single sample location, like a safety tailgate meeting or an equipment checklist. This draws from the same exact custom forms library that you have when you're pulling the add forms on a single sample location. We now have everything we need set up on our project management tool. So let's head over to the field app, download our sampling event, and start collecting some soil samples. After downloading our new soil sampling event in the field app, you will notice that the home screen looks very much like a groundwater sampling event. The only difference is we only have one sample location that we will not be using today, and that is our placeholder location. When we decide to collect a soil sample, we will be using the plus button at the bottom of the list to create a new sample on the fly. Hitting the plus button will create you to the Add New Location page. The first option will be a Select Location or Create New Location. If you have unused locations in this sampling event, the list will show up when you click the drop-down. If you have none left, or you're creating new locations on the fly, select the Create New Location in the drop-down and begin typing in the name of your sample location using your sample location name conventions. Your next option is the type of data that you're going to be collecting, whether sampling or field data. Field data applies to just data in the field that you're collecting using customized forms. Sampling will print out labels and put it on the chain of custody for you, as well as applying tests as well from your connected laboratory. Notice that when you do select sampling, your selected laboratory's test library will show up, and your shortlist will show up at the very top. You can always add duplicates and MSMSDs to these sample locations on the right as well. At the bottom, select Create New Location, which will bring you into the sample location that you just created. At the top, you can add photos. Further down, you can grab the GPS location of the sample location. You also have all the relative lab information, like the bottles, types, which lab you're sending them to, and what tests you're performing on the sample location, just like a groundwater sample. After selecting Start Sampling, this will bring you to our customized form that we've built. As you can see at the top, it says Tank Pull Form. This is the customized form that we selected from our form library. I can enter all the relevant data, grab photographs, enter numbers, text, signatures, drop-down lists, anything that I've selected to go inside this form. When finished collecting my form data, I can proceed by signing my name on the screen, taking a selfie, and printing my labels. Once this sample location is finished, I can move on now by selecting a new sample location like I just did. And from there, you keep going. Let's head back to the project management tool and see what it looks like now. As you can see, the new sample location I just created in the field now shows up listed inside my project. Heading over to Forms, let's look at the CSV data output that we have for this. The CSV now contains the field data that I've collected in that customized form attached to my new sample location. And that's how you collect a soil event on the SampleServe platform. Now keep in mind, this is just a demonstration of a specific soil sampling event. I know every soil sampling event is different, and we like to keep our platform flexible and intuitive enough so that you can use it in many different ways. Thank you for your time, and a happy sampling.